Before we get started today, I just would like to say that there's a lot going on in the world. I want to acknowledge that. And with that being said, let's get started.
Bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
With week 13 of What Did Prince Do This Week? Michael Dean is feeling under the weather, and I don't know if anybody else is going to join me today, but you are here with me, so I am so appreciative. We have Andre Staley first in the chat. What up, though? We have Duke Swan, welcome. We have Lisa Williams from H-Town. We have Melvin Rush from Charlotte, North Carolina. We got RTL 49. Good morning, fam. We got April Watson. We got Christina Schlossler from Minneapolis. No King, just Prince today and every day. That's what I love. We got Rockabosh, peace to the purple politicians doing good work in the world. We got TP. Oh, out of town. We missed you as well. Thank you for being here. We got Drea Dances. Can only stay for a little while. Got to go to your mom's church on, wow, finishing choreographing for Easter Sunday. That's so cool. We have my alliterative brother, Blade Brown. We got Ron Kayla. We got Chris P. from South Park, Texas. And we have the one and only beautiful Cassandra Bradley from the ATL. And StreamYard keeps changing things. So we got EA from San Francisco. We got Chris Bournet. We have my timekeeper. We got Raywin. I don't know if you heard Raywin, but Michael Dean is not feeling well, so he's not going to be with us today. And I love this TwosDay. Raywin always lets us know what's going on. Tuesday, March 31st, will be the 40th anniversary of Princess Parade. And on the Cherry Moon soundtrack. Love that. We got Luchis from Philly. Love always seeing Vanity. We got Melvin Rush. And we have Man Ray 10. Thank you. Someone's been looking at my YouTube channel. So I am thrilled to announce that we have a very special second guest alongside Laura LaPuma. We're also going to be talking to Brent Fisher, the son of Claire Fisher, who worked on those, all of Prince's projects with his father, as well as on D'Angelo's last album, Black Messiah. So I am extremely excited that he accepted the invitation to join us, and it will be virtual on Friday on YouTube. So if you already subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can hit a notification button so you won't miss it. And then, we'll talk about more symposium stuff later. But thank you so much, Ben Ray 10. I really appreciate that. We got Carol Brooks. Oh, so Crispy is talking about Michael Dean having an unfair show topic last week of 80s versus 90s Prince with Chris Lacey. I started it, but haven't had an opportunity to finish it yet because of all the symposiums going on. We got Sister Traw from Galveston. Yes, Detroit is showing out in the chat because that's what Detroit does. We got Nick Felden from Denver. Yeah, not yet, but we're getting close to it though, Nick. And then we got Zakia, welcome. We have Arlene from Arlene, and yes, we hope Michael Dean feels better soon. We have Adria, another ATLian, and we got Boombox Guru. We have Lori Johnson. We have El Michelle. Oh no, am I cutting out periodically? That's not good. Is it my end or is it your end? Because last time that someone was talking about it, it was on their end. So can someone let me know? And then we have Mira. We have Purple Cat Confetti. Yes. Thank you so much, Christina. And then we have, okay. Someone is telling me it's fine on my end. So Cassandra, it might be on your end. So very excited to hear about Ohioan. Yes, love that. Laura LaPuma, yes. Laura LaPuma is from Cleveland. Thank you so much, Chris Bournet. Love that. And we have, yes, the Majestic Strings with the Fisher family. No worries. I love this LTKK. That's what happened when you have your personal Geno's Gakagachi or whatever with your grits. I love that. Love grits, especially cheese grits. All right. So, all right. And again, it seems like it's okay for everybody. So sometimes it's not me, it's you. But now we're saying we're hearing a bit of audio clipping. Sounds a little choppy. Okay. All right. So I am cutting out now. So let me see what I can do. Hold on one second. Let me look at my. Well, one thing that I could possibly do, I'm not going to sound good though, is I can switch from my mic to my Apple headphones and we'll see how that goes. Give me 1 second. And my hair is going to be all messed up because I had that on my head. Let me see. Headphones. External mic. Wait, hold on. External mic. There. So how does this sound? Does this sound better? Since I'm on. Okay. So LTKK, that's interesting because I would rather have on my headphones, and yeah, maybe the music was causing the interference. Let me see if I can go back to the other way first, and let me see. Hold on 1 second. And we can figure it out. Let's see. Okay, how do I sound now? How do I sound now? And now Black Jaber is saying, I have an echo. Do I still have the echo? I'm going to keep talking and you tell me how I sound. I will keep talking. All right. So let me see what's going on. Yeah. Okay. Madhouse didn't like that talking. Okay. Maybe I had it up too loud, which is weird because I have it at the same volume I normally do. So let's get this started. Thank you so much for letting me know that the sound is clear and there's no echo. I really appreciate all of you in the track. So Diego is asking everyone, what is everyone's favorite Prince song right now? Mine is Adore. I can tell you mine right now is Love Bazaar Live. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. And so we're going week to week. Let me get through the housekeeping really quickly for anybody that's new. So we're going week to week, not date to date. We are week 13 of 1986. We are reading, if you want to get out your books, March 23rd, Sunday, March 23rd through Friday, March 28th of 1986. So let's see. Man Ray 10 is listening to, the song right now for Man Ray is Housequake. And LTKK has been on a human body kick lately. And Rakabash, the word from 3121, because we celebrated an anniversary last week. And I love this. Christina's on Power Fantastic. Such an amazing, amazing song. Am I still echoing? So Melvin is saying that I'm echoing. Is that true? Can someone let me know? Welcome, Lee. It's great to have you here. And let me know if I'm echoing because Melvin is saying that I am echoing. Okay. So actually, Under the Cherry Moon is on YouTube, and I think I put it in the accompanying playlist. It's actually free with ads. I personally wouldn't want to watch Under the Cherry Moon with ads, but you can actually, yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I apologize for the sound issues today. Is sometimes technology works and sometimes it doesn't. That's number one rule of technology. Sometimes it doesn't work. So I really appreciate your patience. All right. So you do not need a paperback version, but this is what we're reading. And this has the most updated information in it. Please subscribe, hit that like button. Please hit the like button to help with the algorithms. And in addition to at Polish Solid, these are also archived at MDean. Let's see. Yes. Oh, I love this EA 8133. I love these in the temple. That never gets old. And DJ Rashida did post some photos from 3121 on Instagram. And let's see. This week it's Days of Wow, because I've been listening to the soundboard of Roseland 1994, December 12th. Look at Lee, like multitasking. Well, I hope you have a really good recording session. I really appreciate you stopping by. Ooh, one of my favorite songs of all time. Melvin was listening to Private Joy. And I love our live versions. Let's Work live in Detroit from the 1999 box set. Karan, that's what's up. Mira is listening to Mr. Goodnight for several months, also one of us. We got Blade Brown with When the Dawn of the Morning Comes. Seeley should be here because that's one of his favorites. And let's see. So actually, Baby Love, the question was like, what's the song you're playing like right now? Like, what's the song that you're putting on? And then Kim says, was listening to D68A's latest upload and Diego says, somebody has been in heavy rotation lately. Andre Staley, Electric Intercourse from the 1983 rehearsal. And Duke Swan is coming through with Xanali. Love that. And let's see. Yes, Joy of Repetition is my favorite Prince song of all time, bar none. So it's very special to me. Love that. Wonderful Day from Purple Cat Confetti. Yes, Sam Jennings. Everyone was posting a lot because last week was 3121's 20th anniversary, and Lee has been all about 3121 album this last week since Saturday, because last Saturday was the actual anniversary. And let's see, I'm listening to Cristobal album front to back to front. It's part of my annual tradition of revisiting Prince's catalog. And Raywin, I was listening to Love or Money from Under the Cherry Moon. And let's see, that 84 Erotic City sound check has me in a chokehold recently. Did some cardio dancing to it this morning. Erotic City is an amazing song to be in motion for sure. And Laura, welcome. Laura is really into Pink Cashmere lately. And Audra has Groovy Potential on repeat. Mira has Empty Room is a legend. Yes, of course. But like, what's the song that you're listening to right now? There's so many Prince songs. So actually, I'm very excited that I have someone who's going to join me today. So I won't be by my lonesome. Let's welcome to the stage the one and only. There will never be another. Seeley McInnes. How are you this day?
I'm good. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you because I was having all sorts of audio troubles earlier today. So you are sounding fantastic.
Excellent. Sorry about being a little late. Two of my former students have books out. One has a novel called Dominion, and another one has a collection of poetry called Muscadine. I wish I had the novel here, but so they were at Jackson State yesterday, and I didn't realize we had to do something this morning too. So. So he did something this morning. Then I had to run and come be with my What Did Prince Do This Week family. So there you go.
I am grateful because Michael Dean is not feeling well today. So I thought I was going to be here by my lonesome. I really appreciate that. So right now we're just actually talking about, someone posed the question, like, what is the Prince song that we're listening to right now? Like what has been on constant rotation? And let's see, Boombox Guru is saying they're learning to play Computer Blue on guitar. And so Purple Rain has been on heavy rotation right now. And okay, Leo's like, forget Prince. I'm listening to TTT. The Symphony or Damn album all month. And then let's see, El Michelle has been revisiting the track 3121. No, the Brent Fisher interview will not be pre-recorded. It will be live, and it is on my YouTube channel if you want to go there at Polished Salad, and then you can hit a notification, but it'll also be on all of the symposium schedules at a glance and newsletters and all of that will be sent to people who sign up for the announcements. And let's see, RTL will be stuck on Dorothy Parker, and we got some howdies to see Lee. Yes, and let's see, Mira saying, I'm listening to Mr. Goodnight right now on repeat. There's a couple of Mr. Goodnights, it seems. And let's see. I love Ray was just hi Celie, my buddy. And then congratulations to your 2 students.
Appreciate it.
Yes, are we ready for the light and dark liquor?
There you go. Just don't mix them. Just don't mix them.
I love this. Celie strolled in smooth like Prince on Romance 1600.
And like Prince said, she already directed the stage. I don't even need to be up here.
I love that LTKK. That's brilliant. Okay, so Duke Swan listened to Slaughterhouse and Chocolate Invasion yesterday. That's what's up.
As I remember, I said I listened to that when I listened to musicology. So I listened to all 3 of those on one playlist.
All right. Okay. So D68A's birthday is going to be on the first day of the symposium. It's going to be a good day because it will be D68A's birthday. Are you doing anything special? I hope so. And yes, we all love I still call him TTD. He probably wouldn't like that, but just like when Prince changed his name to a symbol, I did not call him the artist formerly known as Prince. I called him Prince. So
what? You didn't drink the Kool-Aid?
Mm-mm. No, that was the name his mama gave him. So I was like, I'm gonna stick with the mama. So,
I was full on in the Kool-Aid. I had a little symbol and everything. I wouldn't even say the name. I just said, I'm listening to this right now. People like, I don't know who crazier. Prince or you, fool.
That is hilarious. I wish I could. These are moments in time when I wish I could go back into a time machine and see you in high school. That would be incredible. And your early 20s and all of that when everything was going on. All right, we got. Yeah, sexy. Thank you for being here. You definitely get the Saturday grocery late pass. That's totally fine. You gotta eat. You gotta get those groceries.
Ain't nothing like making them groceries on Saturday, boy. That's a Southern thing. Then you got the first thing you do, get them groceries.
Yep, like 6:00 in the morning. Yes, for sure. And so Raymond, when he changed his name to a symbol, is that what you called him, or is that what you call him now, Jamie Starr? And let's see. Yes, exactly, Andre.
I'm a cotton clay.
Yes, exactly. All right, so let's get through. We're almost through with our housekeeping really quick. This is our hashtag, and if you want to contact us, our Gmail. And this State of Prince Rogers Nelson is not affiliated, associated, or connected with the What Did Prince Do This Week book club series, nor has it endorsed or sponsored the What Did Prince Do This Week book club series. It is an independent endeavor. And our community guidelines, which is important to remind people, we choose to be a community even when we disagree. And I need to put an addendum on here, which is when we're talking about songs, we're not talking about people. Right. We're talking about songs. So don't get offended if somebody doesn't like the song that you like. It's a song. Now, if we were out here calling people out, then that's when you should be getting upset. But you know, everybody has their different preferences for certain songs and certain eras.
And we should, you know what? And I always take it as a learning experience. I'm gonna say something to a couple people in the chat. That I did not know. Let me put it to this way. Mr. Goodnight is my arms are Orion for everybody. So how a lot of people feel about arms are Orion, that's how I feel about Mr. Goodnight.
And you saw a lot of Goodnight love today in the chat too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when I kept saying. And you know who else likes Mr. Goodnight? Oh, she plays the bass. She's a lawyer also.
Oh, Violet?
Yes. She really likes Mr. Goodnight. I remember the first time I said this, she gave me that side eye. Like she was like, ain't wrong with that song. I'm okay. So, but I take that is you never know what somebody likes. But yeah, Mr. Goodnight is one of the few songs I make it about halfway through and then I go to the next song. I don't skip it all the way, but yeah, and you know I'm a lyric person, right?
Yes.
That is what I hate most about the song.
Oh,
that is what like if Mr. Goodnight was an instrumental, I would love Mr. Goodnight as an instrumental. I would, and you know I'm not an instrumental person, right? Outside of Madhouse and a few things. But if Mr. Goodnight was an instrumental, but right when he goes into that rap, I'm just like, oh my goodness. So yeah. So, and I'm saying that to say, I'm glad that people give it. That's right, call Mr. Goodnight. But that's the thing is that you never know what does it for somebody.
Yeah.
And so you have to take it the same way. Just like I don't know what does it for somebody, somebody else may not know what does it for me. And like you said, it's not a personal attack. And I told y'all before, y'all have made me go look at songs differently. So I like when people give me things that I might not be up on because it may make me go double check. Now look at that, more Mr. Goodnight love.
So I love this comment from Laura T-Bert, and I didn't know this. This is really pretty cool. So Chanhassen Inn used to put Prince songs on their sign, and the best was when they put up Mr. Goodnight. That's pretty incredible. And I also love this question from Lee, who's multitasking right now. See, Lee is in a recording session, but he's still participating in the chat. So is Dorothy Parker a person or a song? So actually the nameless song is the Ballad of Dorothy Parker.
Right.
So that's where I would go. It's a song. So we don't even have to. Yeah. But I love that.
In fact, and to get even more technical, it's a poem dedicated to a poet.
Yeah.
Ballad, by definition, is a lyrical song.
Yeah.
So it's a poem dedicated to a poet.
Yes, I love that. So Mira is actually with you. I just like the melody of Mr. Goodnight, but I'm not deep into lyrics of the songs. All right. Okay. So yeah, I just, so like my good friend Scott Woods tells me all the time that I should not get into taste arguments.
Yep.
And the thing is, it's like I like finding out like what Prince songs resonate with certain people and what doesn't resonate with certain people for a couple of reasons. I kind of know if I can walk with you. like Arthur says, if you've never heard Dirty Mind,
right.
You don't even need to talk to me because And so I do think it's important to kind of know like where, you
Right.
sit, so yeah. And I love this, Kim. The Ballad of Dorothy Parker is an experience. It has always been an experience and will always be an experience. It is very singular in Prince's catalog. There's nothing like it.
Nope.
It is one of one. It is incredible. And there are some people out there that do not like the Ballad of Dorothy Parker. I'm not one of them, but they are out there. And I don't know. But I don't know if I can walk with them. So, we will see. All right. Let's see. Oh, I love this. Oh, set song dedicated to a great description. And I wanted to put up Chris Bournet's comment. The first time Chris Bournet stayed at the Chanhassen Inn, the sign was Purple Rain with RIGN. That's really cool. Love that. And okay, we don't want to get on a suicide TTD, but Vibrator is my favorite TTD album. Just FYI. All right, so you can figure out if you're going to walk with me. Okay, so yes, I love that. Kim says, I think about the Ballad of Dorothy Parker a lot and get lost in it. Yeah. All right. So we play 13, and this is a very special song for me now more than ever because it has the spoken sample from The Godfather. And this is when any dialogue was like voice. This was Ricky's favorite, excerpt of The Godfather samples whenever he would talk about Madhouse. So when I put this on, I felt some kind of way because he is, very, very much missed and very much present. He is definitely here with us. And on this particular song, as well as I think last on 12, it's just Eric Leeds and Prince. So this is, again, what I call a true Madhouse song. We can fight about that later. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Okay. So we are week 13 of 1986, episode 165 of What Did Prince Do This Week? And this week, Prince had 4 studio sessions and 1 new song. So let's see who did the reading or looked at the title of this week's session. So, but because we're still talking about Dorothy Parker right now. So let me know what was the track that Prince wrote this or cut in the studio. So I love this real line of DJ. First of all, absolutely love your avatar. Mm-hmm. I actually have that photo in my home. Love it. So it took the performance of Dorothy Parker on The Tonight Show for me. And so are you saying that you prefer that live version over the studio version, Real Line of DJ? Can you let us know? And then I love this from Melvin Rush. The chord progression and ballad of Dorothy Parker stands out for sure. Thank you, Chris. Yes, I will always have a connection to Ricky through Madhouse in particular, but through a lot of other Prince's music as well. I love the side TTD conversation we have going on in the chat, because if you haven't listened to TTD, and TTD stands for Terrence Trent D'Arby, but he doesn't go by that anymore. But all these albums that we're talking about are under TTD. So TTD. Okay. So
I'll just add that I have his whole TTD collection. So when I listen to it. There's no on all those albums, there's not one skip song of me from Hardline all the way to the last TTD album. I didn't get into as much of his work. I got into, I think, the first album after he changed his name. And it wasn't so much the music. Like just things change and people fall out of sight. So it wasn't so much the music, but every album that's TTD, I listen to from first album all the way to the end. And I tell people, like you were saying, if you haven't got into the TTD, and check out his live stuff on YouTube too.
Oh, he's
dude was a hell of a live performer. So yeah. That's it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about TTD's collaboration with Jelly Bean. You gotta say more.
Yeah.
And
I know about that.
Yeah, TTD's, and it's TTD for Trent D'Arby, just FY. It is definitely distinctive. Okay, so Man Ray definitely either read the title or did the reading for the week. Boys Club is the song that Prince tracked this week with Sheila in the studio. And I'm clutching my pearls because Kim has not heard Boys Club. Boys Club is one of my favorite Prince songs of all time that he's ever written. And I listened to it last night. And at first, when I started listening to it, C. Lee, I was like, why am I so obsessed to this song? It's okay. But then it kept going. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. You get reminded when the jam kick in. You're like, oh, yeah. Now I remember.
Now I remember. Yeah, that's right. I love Boys Club. In fact, I kid you not, I think of all of Prince's songs that he has ever written, and Prince has written a lot of songs. If I'm walking down the street randomly, Boys Club, the chorus would just pop in my head. That is the song that just won't leave me. It's so strange. I don't know why, but it's like, well, first of all, I do know a little bit why. So one of the things I love about Boys Club, and we haven't even started reading yet, but that's okay, is during the chorus, there's this keyboard bed that's not high in the mix. It's kind of in the background.
Right.
And it's something about those keyboards that takes me like to another world. And the only other place where that happened for me is when Prince played keyboards on Common's Star 69 from Electric Circus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the keyboards are like hypnotic. Like I can't focus on anything else. It's just all about the keyboards. But with Boys Club in particular, it's the juxtaposition of that keyboard bed and just the way that Sheila says Boys Club, and then like the percussion and meet me later it's just I don't know. It's just such an incredible song. No one talks about it.
Right.
Except me, because it's popping up in my head all the time. So I was just thrilled today that we were going to talk about Boys Club. It's in the company playlist. It's the first song in the company playlist. For those of you who don't know, it is on Sheila E.'s third eponymous release, the one that has Cuckoo on it and Hold Me, the one with the white cover and she's in that white get up.
And Honey Man.
Yes.
Honey Man.
Yes, that's a really good record. If you haven't spent time with the third Sheila E. record, highly recommend it. Okay, so TP is saying the album is a Pegasus project. Jelly Bean contributed on one song. Amazing. Love that. And so I'm thinking that you're talking about TTD or Sananda Maitreya, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's okay, Kim. Well, we're just gonna... And then Jelly Beans and TTD's song is called Walk On. All right. Yeah, so Boys Club is in the playlist for sure. And I am going to find Walk On and put it in the playlist as well. Welcome, Duke. It's a pleasure to have you here. So actually it's always, there you go. Let me take off your comment so you can see it. It's literally our hashtag, which is WDPDTW for Why Do People Dance This Weird at gmail.com. That's the email. And we have Jesse in the house. Welcome, Jesse. Let's see.
Wait a minute. I wish that I had Jesse's hair. Okay, now we go ahead.
Everybody wishes they had Jesse's hair. Jesse's hair is so fly. All right. So I love this comment from Melvin Rush. Pops would pour his Crown Royal and listen to Sign Your Name all day. Sign Your Name, also by TTD. This is becoming the TTD podcast.
There you go.
Okay, because he deserves it. Sign Your Name is an incredible song if you haven't listened to it. So I love that. And my grandfather also partook of Crown Royal. And I love the Crown Royal bags as a kid, because I could put all sorts of things in it.
You kept your loose change in it.
That's right.
You always kept your loose change. And if you've ever watched, I want everybody to watch the Sign My Name, Sign Your Name Across My Heart video. because he has a Bethune-Cookman t-shirt on. For those of you who don't know, Bethune-Cookman is an HBCU in Florida. And he had a quote, and I wanted to interview him about it. He talked about when he was in Florida, he would do a lot of like open mic things. And he said that performing at Bethune-Cookman was the greatest thing. He said the two, it was Bethune-Cookman campus and the Apollo Theater. He said, because what the Bethune-Cookman campus taught him is that when you perform in front of Black people, either you better entertain those people or get ready to become the entertainment, because they are going to be entertained. And I said, there is no better quote about a Black audience than either you better be ready to entertain those people or become the entertainment, because they are going to be entertained. Greatest quote ever about playing in front of a Black audience.
All right. So I actually love this comment from Alex. I assume Boys Club was Prince's take on Meeting in the Ladies' Room by Climax. I don't know, were they out around the same time? Because I listened to Climax because they were on the radio all the time, but I didn't really follow Climax, even though they're very, very talented. So there was a couple comments. First of all, I never heard this before, so this is a first for me, that TTD wrote Sound Your Name for Sade. That makes a lot of sense because it sounds like a song that Sade would actually sing, but I'm actually kind of glad he kept it to himself. That's just me. And this comment from D68A is, so, Sheila has gone on record multiple times saying that she really just wanted to be a band member. Like, she was tired of being the lead and having to hold down the front. So, obviously she made a conscious decision to join Prince's band as a drummer instead of promoting her own album. Now, this isn't the first time that this has happened. One of my other favorite musicians, his name is Lewis Taylor. He released an amazing album. He did not tour on it, and he went on tour with another musician whose name I can't even remember as their guitarist. And they did, the album was pretty good, but he just went on tour, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And so it happens.
He's like, pick the album, leave me alone.
Yeah. I don't want to be in the front. And let's see, I think I got everybody. Okay. So, interesting. I didn't know that either. So before Sheila was signed to Prince, Bernadette Cooper asked Sheila to join Climax.
So that would be interesting, because then my question is, which one of them was going to play drums? So was Bernadette going to be and they already had two front women. So that would have been really interesting with Sheila in the band, because I'm guessing Bernadette was going to try to be much more of a front woman. And I think I said front man the first time. Front woman, I want to be sure.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what Prince did this week. And so on Sunday, it was tracking and mixing of Boys Club. And then on Tuesday, Love and Sex, another version. I didn't count this as a new song just because I'm assuming it's more like a variation, but I could be wrong. And then Fun Love mixing, and Tuesday mixing, and Love and Sex, more overdubs and mixing. I Love Bizarre Live crossed out, and then Mountain 7-inch and 12-inch edits.
Hey, you!
Yes, get off that dance. So Wonderful edits for consideration as a B-side. I found that the most interesting thing about this week actually is
every time I hear Wonderful Ass, this is my dance. This I turn into a Muppet. Every time I hear Wonderful Ass, I turn into a Muppet. Shout out to Jim Henson, my Mississippi homeboy, but Wonderful Ass makes me do this. It makes me feel wonderful. Okay, that's it.
Yes. And okay, so Duke is saying she would have played timbales with Climax.
Okay. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then another Chris is saying she could have played percussion. Burnett could have continued as a drummer.
Okay.
Climax had a lot of cowbells.
They sure did.
Key. Yeah. For me, actually, Lee, is Lewis Taylor and Ephraim Lewis. But Ephraim Lewis passed away too soon after his first album. He actually, I don't know if passed away is the correct way to say that. It was some stuff going on that I still don't know to this day what truly happened. All right, so I want to read about Boys Club, if you can imagine, because it's just I've just been waiting all my life to talk about Boys Club to all of you, because again, if you haven't listened to Boys Club, you have not lived until you have listened to Boys Club, and you have to actually play it 3 times in a row. So this is what the youngins don't know. You just can't listen to 5 seconds of a song to figure out whether or not you like it. Sometimes you listen to a song the first time. I know I have. I mean, I'm talking about Prince songs too. I don't get it. And then I'll listen to it a second time and I go, oh, still don't get it. Then by the third time, it clicks. Something about the third play, particularly if you can do it in rapid succession, meaning one after another. And if you really can, just play that one song for 24 hours, and then you can kind of figure it out. All right, so here we go. Sunday, March 23rd, 1986. That is where we are. And Boys Club, tracking mix, Sunset Sound, Studio 3, 12 noon to 6 a.m. 12 noon to 6 a.m. That's a very, very, very long day. Booked, locked out. Producer Prince, artist Sheila E., Prince scratched out, engineer Coke Johnson. Okay, Susan Rogers quote, Prince was conscious of that fact that he had to downplay his involvement, but that didn't mean that he wasn't going to be involved. He chose to not be involved to a certain extent on Sheila E.'s 3rd album, but he did write, if I remember correctly, either 4 or 5 out of the 8 songs. Does anyone know like how many songs Prince contributed to the 3rd Sheila E. album? Because I can't remember off the top of my head. Roughly half. Prince had trained himself to record quickly, so he was able to accomplish a great deal in one session. He was an established songwriter, explained Susan Rogers. He could sit down with a notebook and a pen and, like an experienced writer, immediately call upon inspiration. There was no delay in getting it from his head to the page to the tape, whereas other artists had to go through a growing process of learning to be writers. He couldn't sit around and wait for someone to develop their style as a writer. It would have taken way too much time. It was faster and better and made more sense for him to do it. It's not clear if Prince wrote Boys Club with others, but he spent 17 hours in the studio recording the track. Now that says a lot. 17 hours. So for those of you who have just been like dissing and dismissing Boys Club, you need to give it another listen. And so recording the track with Sheila and members of her band, including her brother, Peter Michael, as well as her sister, Zena, both are on congas. The song starts with a machine gun style drum intro, similar to the one recorded earlier in the month on the ballad Dorothy Parker. The bass, guitar, piano, and a Yamaha DX7 synth. Oh my God, that Yamaha DX. It's all about that Yamaha DX7 synth and Sheila's percussion, all blend with a wide array of percussion, including shakers, bongos. I don't even know what a go-go bells, Sheila's timbales, and cymbals to make a light dance song about going to a club. Crowd noises, possibly from or at least inspired by the previous day's session, were also subtly added to the track. Prince's voice can also be heard during the last few seconds of the song. The final hour was spent creating a mix and dubbing the song to 3 C60 cassettes. A 5-minute version of Boys Club was edited 3 minutes and 56 seconds and released on Sheila E.'s self-titled 3rd album in February 1987. I actually want that 5-minute version. There's a couple of things I want to say here. What I loved about Sheila's records Not all the time, but definitely on the Glamorous Life. The first time I listened to Glamorous Life, I had my headphones on and I could clearly hear Prince. And I was like, this is amazing, but also like, did he really want to leave? Like, why is his vocals here? So I was just straining to hear like Prince's vocals. So anytime I would get a subsequent Sheila album, I would go like, where's Prince in the mix? Like, you know, kind of like, where's Waldo? So I don't know. I did love that. And I do love the pairing. My two favorite pairings of Prince's voice. And again, this goes into taste, and everybody's going to say, no, it's another pairing, but this is my personal opinion. This is what lights me on fire. It's a pairing of Lisa's voice with Prince's. And that's the reason why I was a little upset when Wendy joined the band, because Wendy's voice became more dominant than Lisa's. Right. And there was something really great about, there was a synergy, in my personal opinion, about Lisa's and Prince's voice together. And then the
and just to say that what people like won't know is, because you had been there the whole time, you could clearly hear the difference between Lisa and Gail's voice. Gail was a different type of singer. So yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. Is Lisa brought something definitively different to the band sound than what Gail, and that's not saying Gail was a bad singer. Gail was much more of a bluesy, juke joint kind of, I don't want to use the word ballsy, but you know, it wasn't quite as airy and rounding out as Lisa's voice. So I get that 100%. Go ahead.
And then the other would be Prince and Sheila. I just love the pairing of Prince and Sheila. Obviously, that love affair started with Erotic City. And how perfect. I just thought that those voices were just a perfect match. And they always sounded really, really good together, in my personal opinion. Something about Sheila's tone. And Sheila always talks about how she's not a singer. But like, one of the things I love is like the album that she recorded with her father, Happy Together, like Sheila Escovedo. She's singing a lot on that record. And it sounds like really, really good. So we have EA saying that Hold Me is the best Sheila E. song. Thank you, Eddie M. Yeah, Hold Me did quite well, actually.
Yeah.
And it was different for Sheila at the time, you know, the ballad and like really singing.
And that's cool to see so many people having like so many different Sheila E. songs and things that move. I've been on record. It's funny, right? So like my favorite two. And it's hard, right? It's hard to say. Sheila's the kind of artist that you get into, it's hard to say just for whatever reason. As much as I love Love Bazaar, like when I put Love Bazaar on, I'm moving. But even as much as I love Love Bazaar, my two favorite Sheila E. songs are Cuckoo and Honey Man. And they're just a group. But I think I've said this before. I don't know if you remember. You know what my favorite Sheila E. album is, though?
No.
Sex Symbol.
Ah, really?
Yeah. So my two favorite Sheila E. songs are not even on my favorite Sheila E. album.
Interesting.
And when I try to make sense of that, the only thing I can tell you is that for whatever reason, unlike all of her other albums, that's the one album that doesn't have any skips for me. And I don't know. And by the time we get to Dropping Like Flies, I'm just like in the full Sheila, right? They said, psych, that's it. It opens with that psych. And from that moment, she has me. So what I'm saying, all to say, I'm so glad that everybody is putting in like different Sheila E. songs, because it really speaks to like what we're gonna do. Yeah, I mean, it's so yeah. So and you know what? I'm also glad. I'm glad that Sheila is getting her third act.
Yeah,
like, I'm glad that Sheila is now a touring artist. People coming out to see Sheila. She's packing her venues. She's all over the places. So I'm really glad to see Sheila getting her third act, because not that it needs affirmation, but those of us, people in the chat and you, we all knew that Sheila was bringing something to the table before she met Prince, which meant that she could thrive and exist after her situation with Prince. And I'm glad now that that is coming and everybody's seeing it. That's all right. I'll shut up.
That's incredible. All right, so we're gonna go to our next reading, if you don't mind doing that. Tuesday, March 25th.
Yep. And get my peoples. Trying to navigate. Somebody asked me what I be doing. Like I'm trying to navigate holding the book, my microphone, and so I got my microphone in between me. Right. So that's what I be trying to do. I be trying to like navigate all three. All right.
Coordinating.
There you go. I got to coordinate. Coordinate. So my socks match this shirt because I coordinate. Tuesday. I'm so silly. Tuesday, March 25th, 1986. Love and Sex version 2A, tracking overdubs mix. Fun Love, mix and copy. TwosDay, mix and copy. Sunset Sound, Studio 3, 10 a.m. to 7 a.m. Good Lord. Books locked out. Producer Prince, artist Sheila E. and Prince not listed. Engineer Coke Johnson. Question: do you exhaust people? Prince, haha, yes I do. I'd worked with this is Peggy Mac talking. I'd worked with people before who'd had unreasonable requests. Recall Peggy Mac. When thinking back on his aggressive schedule, Prince's never worked. He lived on coffee. That's all he ever lived on that I saw. He didn't want to eat because that slowed him down. Once those ideas were flowing, Prince tried to fulfill them as best he could, and that's how I helped. That was my life. With him, a session was typically anywhere between 16 to 24 hours, remember Susan Rogers. She continues, quote, 16 would be a fairly short session, but we frequently did 24 hours. That was fairly common. That was how long it took because he never wanted to come back to a song. If he started it, he wanted to do all the overdubs and mixing it as we went and then print it. And then it would be done. And we sleep for a few hours and then start another song, end quote. Prince had ended the previous shift at 6 in the morning and returned to Sunset Sound 4 hours later. He requested the 2-inch master tape of Love and Sex from the January session to review, but decided to completely re-record the song. Keeping the direction of the original track, live drums were used again, but now they were covered with a Hammond B3 organ, piano, and brass, and Prince likely adding his vocals to the track. 3 hours were also spent with Matt Bliston and Eric Leeds adding horns. Additional mixes and overdubs were probably done on Fun Love and TwosDay as well. 2 C60 cassettes were created for the updated mixes, and the 20-hour plus session was over at 7:30 a.m.
That's incredible. 20-hour plus session. Insane. So I finally found on the interweb Fun Love, and I really love Fun Love, actually. I was like, how
can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yeah, I could hear it. I could hear it, actually. I put it in the accompanying playlist for anybody who hasn't heard it, because I hadn't heard it, or song. So yes, Sheila E. is an incredible musician from day one. I love that. And Sheila E. is very powerful on the stage. Absolutely. Yes, meaning bad as in good. Yes, Sheila is like really incredible.
Yeah, the cover the cover didn't hurt. I just put that there. Yeah, having that cover did not hurt.
It's one of my favorite collectibles. Like it's a round box set with a little mini cymbal in it that you can play. It's one of my prized collections. I love that promo piece.
But I will tell you this: I love Cuckoo and Honeyman so much that I didn't even realize that the album was a gatefold for maybe 3 months.
It's not
a gatefold, but I mean, that it went.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you're right. It's not a gatefold.
I know it's not a gatefold because I was pissed.
Right.
I was like, how can this not be a gatefold?
Right.
Like, really? It just didn't make any sense. I mean, it's obviously a gatefold.
and for me not to catch that picture, tell you how good I was jamming on that album. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh my God. Yes, indeed. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to do Google.
That's what you got to do.
Do your Google, Sheila E., the third record.
There you go.
1987. There you go. All right. So I'm going to read Wednesday, March 26, 1986, Love and Sex. Okay, one of the things actually I want to say, based on this comment that Susan Rogers just said, is that yes, Prince did sometimes complete a song in 24 hours or however many hours it recorded, but there were some songs that he would go back to time and time again. We all know about Computer Blue. That's probably the one he probably labored over the longest, or at least one of the few where he did. But I'm really surprised to see how Love and Sex as well as Fun Love and Tuesday keep coming back. So I do think that sometimes when he's laboring over a song, I really do think that the song is almost there, but it's not quite working. Mm-hmm. I could give some examples, but I don't want to go into that rabbit hole because I know some people would be mad. But it happens. So I'll read about Wednesday, March 26, Love and Sex Overdubs Mix, a Love Bizarre from live concert video crossed out. And again, I have to do a Dear State moment. That Love Bizarre footage needs 4K just restoration. It is such an important part in Prince's live performance. It's a gift that keeps on giving. A Love Bizarre from live concert video crossed out, Sunset Sound Studio 3, 4 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. So a little over 12 hours, book locked out. Producer Prince, artist Sheila E., Prince listed, engineer Coke Johnson. Okay, this is Sheila E. He really believed that every single song that he wrote was a hit when it wasn't. But he believed that, so he just kept writing. So it didn't stop him to go, well, this is not a great song. This is actually a really good quote and something to think about, and something I should tell my students or creators in general who have a tendency to stop themselves or start over when they think, it's not great. So I really love this. So I'm going to read this one more time in case. He really believed that every single song that he wrote was a hit when it wasn't. But he believed that, so he just kept writing, so it didn't stop him to go, well, this is not a great song. Some of them weren't all great. This comes back to what we were talking about earlier, Celie. I know some people are not going to be happy with me saying it, but it's the truth. They weren't all great.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So although Prince originally planned the session for himself, it ended up being focused on music for Sheila E. It is unclear if Prince was in the studio for the entire session, which involves Sheila replacing Prince's vocals with her own for the updated version of Love and Sex. Once her voice was tracked, she added a few additional overdubs, including her congas and additional percussion. Prince and Sheila's band member, Steph Burns, added guitar to the track. I learned a lot from Prince about funk guitar. That's Steph Burns. And the song was mixed until 3 a.m. Follow-up work on the live version of A Love Bizarre was slated for this evening, but it is unclear if Sheila E.'s edited concert video was simply screened or if there was any audio mixing involved. Regardless, the video was scheduled to be released in June 1986, so it's vital that it was completed as quickly as possible. The session ended at 4:30 in the morning with 2 C60 cassettes dubbed with the work they'd completed. Status: Sheila E.'s re-recording of Love and Sex, 4 minutes and 16 seconds, was considered for, but ultimately not included on her third solo album. I don't think it would have fit, but we'll talk about that later. The version of the song was not released during Prince's lifetime, but is on the interwebs. At some point during the week, Prince flew back to Minneapolis to work with Expanded, aka Counter Revolution, for the upcoming show, specifically a concert being scheduled for the following week in Boston. Because the rehearsals had been continuing in his absence, the band was tight, but on Monday, Parade was scheduled for release, which was the next stage of the launch of Under the Cherry Moon. Prince had a lot on the line.
I just realized we've been talking so much that Parade hadn't been released yet. Until you read it, I was like, oh yeah, they out yet. That's right. There you go.
Yes, but it's coming next week.
Now,
official next week.
Quick question. So, like me and you and everybody else, I watched the concert, right? I rented the concert over and over and over, watched but reading this, I don't remember seeing like the Love Bizarre video like as a promo on BET or MTV or anywhere. So did I miss it? Like I don't remember seeing. Now maybe y'all did see it, but I don't remember. I remember the movie because I rented it so much, but I don't really remember the standalone performance as a promo video.
I don't think that it was, because someone actually go on Prince Vault and do some research for us real quick. I don't really think that it was, because all the ones that I found on YouTube are like fan edits.
Yep.
So I really don't think that it was. I think you just had to have that VHS at the time. And I was waiting for it to get released on DVD, and it never did.
Never did.
Alongside, another thing that I was waiting on was also Sheila, and that was Latina Familia, where she did a Latin jazz with her father and brothers, but also Tito Puente.
Oh, yeah, now I remember that project.
Yeah, I would think just because of Tito Puente that they would have made that into a DVD, but it never happened. I think it was on Laserdisc, maybe. I can't remember exactly. But I was really upset about Romance 1600 never getting to DVD and Latina Familia never getting to DVD.
Just as an aside, when I finally decided to jump in and get the Laserdisc, they stopped making them. I mean, I don't think people know how quickly Laserdisc came and went. Like we throw it out there, but Laserdisc kind of came and went really quickly.
It did. It also, the same happened, at least in the States, because I think it had more of a legacy in Europe or the UK. Betamax. Yeah, Betamax didn't stick in the States, even though it was a better technology.
Yeah, VHS, Betamax, and somehow VHS won here.
Yes, for sure.
I did like the way the Betamax machine would sound like a starship taking off.
Yes. So yeah, it's highly possible that the Sheila E. Romance 1600 was released on definitely Japanese Laserdisc, because I think Latina Familia was also released on Laserdisc, and I was just waiting, like, if it's been released on Laserdisc, why not create a DVD? But like, it never happened, because I never bought a Laserdisc.
So really quick, I was gonna ask you, what's your prize Laserdisc?
I've never, I never actually had one, and I also never collected them. I don't know why. I do know why. I didn't have enough money. I had to decide, like what to collect. But
before they could go down in price, they stopped making them.
Yeah. Yes, but you can still find some out in the wild. That fans are like selling to one another. So let's see what Chris Bournet is talking about. I'm reading a book called Originals about creative geniuses. The author says composers like Mozart achieved greatness because they were so prolific and didn't worry about public response. I've always had this theory, but I can't remember. I think whenever we were talking about one of these weeks, we were talking about D'Angelo, or I read it somewhere. I've always loved Prince because he was so prolific. I've always loved P-Funk because they were so prolific.
Yep.
And going back to that Sheila E. quote, not every single song that Prince wrote or P-Funk wrote was absolutely the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, it just can't be. Like, it's just, right. And I know somebody's going to like, yeah, so just remember our community guidelines. It's okay if we disagree.
Right.
And I err on the side of being prolific and not hitting every time versus what I call the D'Angelo Sade model of making sure that it's perfect. So, D'Angelo passed, with, if you don't count the live album, because someone's like, you can count the live album, 3 studio albums.
Yeah.
And I am grateful for those 3 studio albums because he could have just recorded one. So very grateful for it. So I'm not complaining, but can you imagine if Prince would have recorded only 3 albums? I
would have died. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd have, my grandma said, I'd have fell out. I'd have fell out. Like but in real time, I knew we was spoiled. Like I ain't like in real, because remember now, even though I would listen to Michael Jackson stuff, there were other people who were hardcore Michael Jackson fans, and I just felt sorry for them. Like, I'd be like, man, your favorite artist, you wait 2-3 years. Prince is like, so I knew I was spoiled, and in fact, we were so spoiled that when 2 years went by, we had attitude. What is going on? I remember 2013 to 20. What's up with the third eye girl? It's 3 of them. They can't rush them out. So we were so spoiled. We had an attitude when we could get an album every year.
We did have an attitude. We were spoiled. We were so spoiled.
And to Brother Bernay's point, Brother Bernay, when you finish reading the book, I'm interested to see how the author deals with the fact that Mozart had a patron. And so I kind of get what he's saying about Mozart, but you also have to understand that Mozart and Chevre and all those people, they had patrons. And so it may not have been like mass. What's up, Brother Ted? It may not have been like mass. So again, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying I'm disagreeing. I'm just saying that if you get to that point, let us know what the author says about patronage and, playing to get your dowry, for lack of a better term, from the king or from the Lord or whoever is, funding you. Because before that was art for popular consumption, all of the artists were basically, I hate to use the word kept servants, so somebody else can help me with a better word than that, but they essentially were paying, were paid for or kept by the royals, if that makes sense.
And Chris is saying that the author does say a lot of the geniuses had day jobs.
Well, Mozart didn't have a day job, not if I remember. I think his job was so that's cool. If he's saying that a lot of those had day jobs, then that answers part of it. But I wonder how he handled it with the Mozart thing. But I appreciate that hearing about the day job.
Yeah, so I really love this comment from Andre, and I think this is one of the reasons why I'm team prolific versus team perfection. It's because it is a great way to practice because you're constantly playing and you're getting better at your craft. And I mean, I've said this before, but I kid you not. I remember when I went to go see Musicology live, and I called up Jason Orr, and I was like, oh my God, can you believe that Prince's guitar playing got better? Like, how is that possible?
Right.
Like, how is that possible? I already thought like he was like up there, but now he's like way up there. And it's because he was constantly playing, constantly recording. So of course you're gonna get better. I mean,
right.
So, yeah. Look at that. Jason. Hey, Jason. Yeah. I was like, how is that possible?
And that really was an excellent show too.
Oh my God.
That musicology, like you, I'm like you, I was kind of like, I just didn't think it could get better. Yes. I was like you, like, how is he still getting better at this stage of his life? So yeah, I was with you on that.
Yes. Mira, nothing's wrong with my knees. I think you're confusing me with someone else. I'm actually okay. So I didn't have any surgery.
Have you been out here doing the Megan Thee Stallion and hurt your knees? What's going on? Something we know about?
I didn't do that. I think you might be confusing me. Addie Durant broke both of her or fractured both of her ankles, and that's why she has a GoFundMe. So I don't know if you're like mixing me up with Addie. And I love this comment from Laura: censoring his output would have squelched Prince's creativity for sure. Yes, for sure. So I think I love the way that you put that, Laura. Censoring, I call it a preemptive strike. Like sometimes, I try to tell my students that you have to create and not judge. Just create. And then after you've finished creating and you've slept on it, had some time away from it, then you can come back and critique, or censor or whatever you have to do. So I really love that.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Lee saying I'm team prolific because being on team perfect is way harder. Yeah, it really is. And then Jesse's saying, what I always loved is when Prince said, y'all ain't ready for me. Yes. You know, my favorite, Jesse, is when he would say, we the best.
Right.
That's my favorite. We the best, for sure. So let's see. Yes, I love this real line of DJ. Every teacher goes back to school, thus musicology for sure. All right. So let's go on to Friday. And I think you read the last one. So I'll read this one. It's super quick way. Friday, March 28th, 1986, Mountains, 7-inch and 12-inch edits. Wonderful 8.
Hey, you! I agree.
Edits for consideration as a B-side. I still can't get over that this was considered as a B-side for this era. Can you imagine?
Me neither.
I don't get it. I want to hear this. I wonder if this version is different in some way. So Sunset Sound, Studio 3, 10 a.m. to 12 midnight, booked, locked out. Producer Prince, artist Prince, engineer Coke Johnson. This is Eric Leeds quote. He really did something interesting with Mountains. He took the song and extended it and got into something else that was cool. He had that one all worked out. By the time Bliston and I came in to put the horns on, that was done. Work continued on the edits and remix of Mountains after a 7-hour pause in the session. Wonderful A track that he'd been tweaking for several years.
Yep.
Not months, years, was brought out for edits as it was in consideration as a B-side. So it's only saying edits, because I would think that he would want to re-record this for this era.
So
that's interesting.
I know we had this discussion before. Whenever I hear the end of Wonderful A, I always think about that NXS song. And I can't remember I think the I Need You Tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say I Need You Tonight.
And at the end of I Need You Tonight, when he's done doing the translate, that always reminded me of Wonderful A. But since Wonderful A was never released, I was like, well, that couldn't have influenced it. But it those two endings always kind of made me think about.
There you go.
Elevate. There you go.
Yeah, I love this comment. Love Sexy. I think one of the reasons why I'm on Team Prince is productivity, and he was always doing something creative. I think when you are prolific, you can be more creative. Mm-hmm. Versus, if you're trying to be perfect, then you can't have that creativity. Let's see. LTKK is saying, I want to know what it was like between recording, like during setups, creating the tapes. Were they in there watching episodes of Dallas and whatnot? What does downtime look like in Paisley Park? Now, from what I've read, and this is not necessarily at Paisley Park, but at Sunset Sound, I know that Peggy McCreary said that she would actually take a nap.
Right. Yeah.
Because she knew he was coming back. And, they weren't sleeping because they were having like these like really long recording sessions. Yes, Dynasty. Let's see. There's a story circulating that NXS heard the demo of one, and that's possible.
There you go. Because I think D68 put in the chat that they used some of the same 8 words. I think a little bit that some of the same words that I know they sounded alike, but I didn't know they were the same list of words. I just always remember when I would hear the NXS, like, hey, that's sound like that other song I like.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this, Laura. We gotta spend some time on this. Now, I don't nap, but who napped was my grandfather because he was a truck driver. So I came from a household where sleeping is the most important thing. So when my grandfather was home, he was sleeping most of the time, and you were not going to be making a lot of noise. So what was great about that is that I could sleep in, like my grandmother wouldn't go like, what you doing in bed? Like, cause sleep was so important in our household. So I love that napping is a superpower. I wish I could nap. When I nap, I just go to sleep because I'm a sleeper. But yes, definitely it's a superpower when it came to working with Prince. I love that.
So ours was reversed. Like they went to bed like early at night because both of my grandmothers had a saying that to this day is probably why I still get up at 5 and exercise. They both said the only thing that's in bed after 8 a.m. is a sorry ass man. Mm-hmm. To this day, it's different. Like if I'm not even like I gotta have like the super duper flu to be, but just that whole notion that you ain't up and at 'em. And I remember one day I was like, I didn't have anything to do. I was resting. I was laying there, then my eyes touched. Oh damn! I was almost a sorry ass man. Let me get about the bed. So I still can't. I can't shake that statement of like the only thing in bed, boy, after 8 a.m. is a sorry ass man. So yeah.
Well, but you know what's funny is my mom takes that same, like she's not into sleeping in, but her mom was. But actually her mom, so my grandmother actually would get up at 6 a.m. every single day without an alarm clock, like clockwork for her entire life. So she never slept in. But when it came to the grandkids or to her kids or to her husband, we could sleep all we wanted. And
y'all sleep all day.
Yeah, because she could get her work done.
Yep.
So,
the minute y'all got up, y'all was gonna be in the way.
Yeah, exactly. And so she was able to get her peace, her me time and all that. So yeah, for sure. Okay, now D68A is saying, I didn't mean the exact same words, just a similar style of listing.
Okay, cool.
Yes. And yes, Jill Jones did help Prince come up with the list of 8 words, because if you find the lyrics of Wonderful A, you'll see Prince's handwriting and Jill's handwriting. Yeah.
I see you, Brother Barnett.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. Okay, here we got a time. We're doing pretty good, Kim. We're doing okay. Okay, so far in 1986, Prince has had 42 studio sessions, which is a little low. I'm sure if we went back and compared this to 84 and 85, I'll do that next week maybe. It'll be interesting to see where he was by this time. And 19 new songs. So this week, the only new song, again, was Boys Club, which was an amazing song to start off. And I couldn't believe that he was in the studio for that long recording that song. So it's important. All right. So I want to let everybody know about the Purple's Museum for Prince. I'm not involved at all, but they presented, I think, at the Prince from Minneapolis conference. I can't remember. But they're basically seeking entries and call for participation, and their deadline is March 31st and a final deadline of April 30th. So you can just do your Googles and do the People's Museum for Prince. But this slide deck is on bookclub.polished.com. You go all the way to the bottom. If you click on stuff, it will take you places. So this will. And after that, remember, if you're on the West Coast, Jerome is doing a 40th anniversary film screening of Under the Cherry Moon. If I was really into, like a jet setter, and I'm not, I would be jetting out to LA for this, because this is going to be super special for the 40th anniversary to basically experience Under the Cherry Moon with the one and only Tricky. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And it will be moderated by Dr. Frankenberry, also known as Jeremiah Freed. So that's going to be incredible for everybody that's on the West Coast. And let me know in the chat if you're going, because you need to report back. And you can find out more if you go to I am Jerome Benton on Instagram.com. Also, Maite is doing a Glam Slam benefit on April 21st, also in LA. So the West Coast got several things going on to celebrate and commemorate this really special year of 10 years of Prince's passing. And then on the East Coast, we're going to be celebrating with our first hybrid symposium. And that means that Friday will be all virtual and Saturday will be in person in Brooklyn. And I am very pleased to announce, as we talked about at the top of the hour, that Brent Fisher has agreed to be in conversation with us, and that is really, really, really incredible. And let's see, 4/17 is the screening. Did I say something different? Friday, April 17th, because it's like, I don't know. Tell me, Kim, the point, because I'm a little slow sometimes. So Brent will be talking to us about his father, Claire Fisher. Everyone should know that Claire Fisher did the orchestration for what I call the trilogy of the Family Parade and Jill Jones, like an amazing, amazing trilogy, as well as, you know, incidental works on other albums, as well as the score for Under the Cherry Moon. So I'm very, very, very excited that we'll be in conversation with Brent. And then we also will be talking to Laura LaPuma. Both of these conversations will be happening on Friday. I can go over the schedule another day, not today. But if you go to the schedule at a glance on the symposium website, which is iwonderyou.polishsolid.com, you can look at the schedule. And if you look at the schedule, click on somebody's name, it will go to speaker profiles. And you can also just click on people in the menu and you can see all the speakers and read their and then, yes, that's true. Yes, thank you so much, Electrified, for being here. I really, really appreciate all that you do.
Yeah, man. Hey, Electrified, shout out, man. I really like a lot of your content. So you doing that good work, man. Appreciate you.
Yes. And then let's see.
It's really cool, all the different people in spaces doing good work.
Yes. So I just want to remind everyone that this is a safe space. And like we said at the top of the hour, we don't want to call out anybody. It's okay when we have fun around songs and things of that nature, but we don't want to attack people. This is a very, very safe space. This is a place where we come where there's so much going on in the world right now, and we just don't want any negativity. So please just keep it positive, and please don't call out other people in this safe space. Yeah. So,
and it made me think about when the crowd was pushing up against the stage, and Prince said, "Hey, y'all didn't get all dressed up to get messed up, right?" So, and I was, you know what? I said I was gonna do a paper. Do you know that I found at least 3 times where Prince had to stop the crowd from getting rowdy?
Huh? Really?
What? The Boston show doing the parade tour. If not the DNA show, another show. I'll look them up and I'll send it to you. But I always thought it was really interesting that there were 3 times that Prince literally had to kind of stop the crowd from getting rowdy. And I always thought about that because that was kind of like later in his career. And when you think about hip hop and all that was coming out and how people were afraid of like hip hop crowds and all that. And it always was on my mind simply because, one, you could tell this was a dude who came from playing like clubs and dives because he wasn't bothered by it. Like he didn't get all, tripped out about it. So that's the one thing I just liked about how cool he was, because I'd have been freaking out, right? But then too, the fact that you didn't associate rowdy crowds with a Prince show. So yeah, so I always thought about that.
I am so excited that all of you are excited about the symposium. I'm really excited about this one for so many different reasons. But I mean, Under the Cherry Moon is my favorite Prince film. And I just can't wait to just be in community with all of you. I'm talking about one of my favorite things on earth. It's just, it's definitely just like the Love Bazaar live footage. The Under the Cherry Moon is just like so amazing. Yeah, Lee. I mean, it's sometimes I ask a lot of people, but that doesn't mean they say yes. So I am always grateful when people say yes, because I've gotten a lot of no's, and that's totally okay, because I respect, like people's time is the most valuable thing that they have. And so if they don't want to be involved, I totally understand. So I am just grateful when they say yes. So for sure. Let's see. I would love that, Rockabosh, to show up in your black tie affair. I love that. That would be so amazing. All right. So what's going to happen is let me go back to here. I got something. I have something. Not a t-shirt, but if you come in person, there is swag, just so you know. So that will be branded with the symposium. So let's see. April 17th will be all virtual. The first panel only will be Zoom events because I don't want the stream to stop in case the presenters have music. So that's the only one that will be on Zoom events. And by Sunday, because I'm trying to do a lot of stuff at the same time, hopefully you'll be able to register for that. But the rest will actually be on YouTube. And in fact, if you go to YouTube right now, and let me see if I can change it. You can actually already get notified for Laura LaPuma, for Brent Fisher, as well as the roundtable. And the reason why I have them in this order, because actually the roundtables will be first, and then there will be the conversation with Brent Fisher, Mr. Brent Fisher, and with Laura LaPuma will be last. And then just again, if you want to have a breakdown of what's happening, if you go to the website, and depending on if you're on a phone, it might look like this, and you get what I call the hamburger menu. So like you just have to click on schedule at a glance. And then when you click on schedule at a glance, you will see that Friday is virtual, and then Saturday and Sunday will be in Brooklyn, where we celebrated Erotic City 40. And then I will have, once I create the Zoom link, it will link from here. And then I'm going to add the YouTube links to here. So you will see that I wasn't going to do this, but you can see some of the players, because I don't want to go by each panel. I'll break that down on another date, but you can see the time, and all the times, again, up here at the top are Eastern time. So just like, know that these are Eastern, we're on the East Coast. And so Eastern time, all the times.
That's for me, y'all, because I always show up late because I stay on Central Time. She don't want to bust me out like that. She don't want to put me out there like that. She don't want to put her Southern home out there. That's for me. I always miss meetings because they be Eastern Time, but I be living on Central. All right, go ahead. Continue on.
Yes. So again, if you want to learn more about the speakers, for instance, like if you want to learn more about Brent Fisher, you just click on his name and it will go to his speaker profile. You get a bio and you get his websites and so on and so forth. And then you can see everybody who is participating, as well as some team members here, like our very own Chris Bournet. So if you click on, you can find out more about Chris Bournet and his socials and all of that. So you have a lot of information on the website. And then this is where I am going to start posting more announcements. So if you want to be kept abreast of what's going on, I'm going to make an announcement this weekend for sure. But then once we get closer to the symposium, it's going to go to like daily announcements. Now you can subscribe to this if you want, but even if you don't want to subscribe, you can still go there on the daily, because that's where you'll be getting the most up-to-date information. So again, you can get there. It's on Substack. I Wonder You 40. And the reason why it's in red, I hope you noticed that the 40 is a part of Substack, because someone had already taken I Wonder You .substack.com, I think. And then the other one is I Wonder You.polysolid without the 40. And for those of you who will be in New York or in the tri-state area, again, you want to make sure that you get your tickets to go see Law, who is going to be one of the symposium speakers. He's an amazing musician, and he's going to be playing at the Cutting Room in Manhattan, even though the symposium is going to be in Brooklyn. and
you will get your money's worth.
Every penny. Every penny. And so the show starts at 9 and the doors open at 8:30. And if you're in Baltimore, in May, Steve Park is going to be in conversation with Maite for his amazing book, which I can't wait. And this is like the regular book, but he also has like a deluxe version where you get 2 books in one. And the packaging looks fantastic. So I can't wait to get my hands on this book. So if you're in the Baltimore area, even if you're in the tri-state area, it's just like you book your Amtrak ticket now because you could get it for a pretty cheap ride. But if you wait until close to the date, Amtrak can become pretty astronomical in cost. And then in Minneapolis on June 1st to 2nd, the International Center for Prince Studies are doing a Dance on Prince conference in Minneapolis the week of celebration. And I'm not involved with this at all, but they are really dear friends. They put on amazing events. And if you want to reach out to them about anything, that's their email. And then if you want to find out more about the Dance on Prince conference, their URL is International Center, the British version 4 princstudies.com. And then I keep this in here. I am assuming that the general admissions early bird tickets are still on sale, but someday they might stop selling the early bird tickets. Obviously, the VIP tickets have been sold out for the early birds, but there have been general admission tickets. So someone could do some Googles and let us know in the chat if that's still the case. And then we've spoken about Rich Benson's wife, who unfortunately passed away, and they are looking to help donate donations to cover funeral expenses. So if you would like to contribute to that, please support Rich Benson, who's an amazing member of the Prince community, and that is extremely tragic. And then we talked about Addie earlier, and actually Ruth, who was one of Prince's manager, did a very special session live Instagram with DJ Rashida last Saturday for the anniversary of 3121 in order to benefit Addie. And you can still contribute to Addie's GoFundMe. And then also Troy Gua, unfortunately, his cancer has returned. And please, with everyone in the Prince community, even if you cannot contribute to their GoFundMe, send them a kind word. Help, especially when you're not feeling well, any kind word can help you get through some days sometimes. So just make sure you're reaching out to them. And then also Dr. Funkenberry is still continuing, unfortunately, with his cancer battle as well. Thank you, Carol. So Carol said that the general admissions early bird tickets are also no longer available. So no early bird sales anymore. So I'm sure at some point, thank you so much, Christina and Carol, that they will start trying to sell the additional tickets as well. Thank you so much, Melvin. That means a lot. I really appreciate that. And thank you, LTK. I'm really pumped for Laura LaPuma as well. So I'm very grateful to hear another graphic designer, like someone who's really into graphic design wants to hear from Laura LaPuma as well. And if you haven't, you should definitely listen to the conversation that Michael Dean had with Laura. It was really incredible. And yes, they're definitely gonna, so Carol, they probably won't have any more early bird tickets, but they will have another round of tickets. They just haven't communicated when they will actually have the next set of tickets. And oh wow! So I went to Candace Springs last night in Seattle at the Demetrius Jazz Alley, and the trio band were excellent. I requested she play Beautiful Ones, and she did. And talked about Prince. Amazing. What did she say? I would love to know. And then let's see. And then also Des Dickerson has a GoFundMe and has had for a while. So let's support our purple community in any way that we can. And again, if you can't do it like through finances, just give everyone a kind word. All right, so here is the playlist for the week. I am going to add a couple of things that we talked about to this playlist, and you'll see Boys Club is at the top for those of you who haven't heard Boys Club. And then one of the things that we didn't talk about the Love and Sex, Sheila's version, is at the very end. It goes into like a different, it feels like even almost a different song. And I go like, I want to hear that song because it's really cool, because I like Prince's version of Love and Sex, but it's something, it takes me a while. Every time I listen to Sheila's version, I go like, I really don't want to hear this. And then I get to the end, I go, yes, I want to hear this because the end is so amazing. So yeah, I find it very interesting.
I will admit that whenever I'm listening to Sheila's Love and Sex, I'm thinking about Prince's other Love and Sex, because I like that one so much.
Yeah. So I prefer, between, if we were just talking about Prince's, I prefer the earlier Love and Sex.
Right.
Because the energy is just off the chain.
Exactly.
Yeah, energy is fantastic. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would definitely take the earlier version.
And also, when you're telling people you said to get notified, you said get notified. The first thing I heard was, let's get notified. Let's get notified. Do it. Let's get notified. Let's get notified. Do it. So yeah, that's gonna be in my head the rest of the day now.
Oh my God. I never know like which one's the ampersand and which one's the and. So I guess the ampersand one, the earliest version, the first version, that is the one. I don't go with that and ampersand thing. That is too confusing for me. Oh, so one thing I want to show really quickly is, again, in the playlist, I cannot stress this enough. If you have not watched A Love Bizarre Live with Princess Sheila E. and the Revolution Live at the Warfield Theater, you have not lived. You got to watch it. It's like one of the best things ever. And then also you can see Lee that this is the Fun Love that's in the accompanying playlist. So it's the fifth track.
That's the I think it's the Sheila E version that's on the Sign of the Times remastered.
Yeah, it's the Sheila E version.
Yeah, it's not the early. We're talking about the Upper Room. I mean, differentiate between that one. I like the Love and Sex where he's talking about the Upper Room.
I love the Upper Room. That's actually part of the reason why I love that version so much.
It's because of the Upper
Room. But also, I'm going to add that version to the accompanying playlist. One of the things I love about the first version is the way he sings it. He has never sung a song like that.
Right.
It's very, very interesting. And I don't know, it just has mad energy. I just really love that version. So when I heard the second one, I was like, what?
Right.
like, why give it the same name? You know, even with
the first one is
ampersand.
And the first one is almost Old Man Prince, but not quite Old Man Prince. Like it's funky, but it's not, it's not chlorine bacon. It's not like chlorine bacon scream, like kind of.
I don't think of it as Old Man, because when I think of Old Man Prince, I think of Emancipation.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
Pow, shots. Pow. Y'all get out, duck. Pow. She's shooting at the club. Wow.
What I'm talking about. So when I'm talking about the first version of Love and Sex, I hear Rude Boy Prince.
Okay.
That's who I hear when I listen to the first one. Yeah.
No, I get it. I get maybe because I'm with Upper Room and I'm thinking Mahalia Jackson. Whenever he says Upper Room, I think Mahalia Jackson.
Oh, look at Elvis Michelle said, "Oh, that Prince was Mr. Goodnight." Oh my God. And let's see. So, okay. Candace said that playing at Paisley Park with Third Eye Girl in 2014, he asked her to play all the songs she knew and ended up asking her to play Killing Me Softly. She mimicked his deep voice into the owl. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right. So and then we have a playlist for Ricky because I'm really thinking about Ricky after Madhouse 13. So if you want a little bit of Ricky, we got a whole playlist dedicated to him so you can hear his voice because no one is like Ricky. He is so missed. And I was really looking forward to the symposium, experiencing this symposium with Ricky. Right. Yeah, I really was. And speaking of Ricky, if you can, please donate to the Crons and Kaleidos Foundation in memory of Ricky. The bit.ly link is the Flesh because Ricky loved the Flesh session so much. And we are, Kim, look at us. We have almost 20 minutes. See, it's okay if we go off track sometime. We bring it on home. So, Celie, when you're ready, can you take us on home?
So, first and foremost, we always want to thank Prof. Duff for curating this space and letting us hang out here. We want to always thank you guys in the chat. Trust me, we show up for y'all. Y'all make our Saturday. Y'all make everything great. We want to send out get well wishes to Brother Dean. We want to thank Brother Ted for popping into the chat. And like I've been saying a lot now, hey man, tell somebody that you love them. Hug somebody that you love. Tell somebody that you love them, and hug somebody that you love. I'm going to add something I was thinking about when you're talking about Ricky. I was lucky enough to have voicemails from people that for whatever reason, I didn't delete them, and now they're no longer here. So I'm telling people now, start keeping at least, if you have a voicemail from somebody you love, just keep one. Just, you never know. And so keep those voicemails if you can. But again, tell somebody you love that you love them. Hug somebody that you love. We hope to see y'all here back next Saturday to see this energy. It's purple love. It's shedding that love. It's spreading that love. You want to keep that Princess legacy alive. Keep love going. That's it. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.